Hey guys, I want to talk a little about relics and what is my opinion about them and what are my suggestions to use. So, in my opinion, the only relic that you need is just one for the team, the one that you can get for 1000 gems. As you can see, I will talk about the God relic from the Commander event, and here we have Havoc. So, this one creates 4 fire gems at the beginning of the battle, as long as I have a god card in my team. This is a max out, and as you can see, it increases the attack of all applicable heroes by 2108. By applicable heroes, it means that this relic can only be used for god heroes. It will not affect any other type, giant, corrupt, or anything else. This applies only to god, and that's why I'm using it for my team. As you can see in the description of the hero, this is a god type, and it can be used to amplify the attack of any god. But if I use the same relic for let's say here to a special team, that relic will not work. So in my case, I decided to specialize on fire because this was the team that I first got to be completed. And by noticing that I cannot use all the relics, I decided in my own way that it doesn't worth buying them if I don't have the full team. That is my opinion. Yes, you can use the relic in the future. Maybe there will be a team you can use it for. As you can see here, I can use the splash blaster for powering up my special team. Of course, but that will generate blue gems that honestly I do not need for this team. But the next relic that I encourage to use is one for the, if you have it of course, is one for a legend boss. In my case, because I have a red team, a fire, I will use Ray stuff. Actually, it's the only relic of legend that I have. And as you can see, at first this has some appliance that is only for Ray, but we have some things that affects every kind of fire team. As you can see here, it increases attack of all applicable heroes by 14.52%. That's an increase, a percentage increase of the attack, and next to that we have flat attack up. That means that we get an increased attack of all applicable heroes by 904. And another bonus from this relic is that it also boosts your health. So in my case, the team HP will increase by 1672. And it's a fire relic, and it targets all fire heroes. Doesn't matter if it's special, cursed, giant, creature, or anything else, as long as the affinity is fire. My goal will be to take this one to 6 stars, because once you will take it to 6 stars, separate from the fact that increases rate attacks and any other thing, I get some new things, like creates 1 firepower gem free on turn 1, but I think this is to be applied only if I have Ray in my team, and I'm not going to use Ray honestly, but I have a plus, and the fact that the percentage attack boost is basically more than double. Also, the flat top attack increases to 2072, the HP for my team 3315. So in my case, Ray stuff is a relic to be used. Now, the other kinds of relics that I like are this one, Fire Claymore in my case. Okay, to get a Fire Claymore, first of all, you can start by upgrading. You can start even from Tempered Saber. As long as you have all the materials, you will be able to craft the 4-star version, meaning the Potent Saber. If you have enough material for the Potent Saber, you will be able to take it to 5 stars, this one, and you'll have an increased attack of all applicable heroes by 375 in this case, being a level 1, and from 5 stars you can take it to 6 stars. Once the relic is at 6 stars and becomes Exultant Saber, you have the option to choose an affinity for it. You can either choose it to be dark, light, earth, water, or fire. In my case, I selected fire. And why is it that I'm doing this? By choosing an affinity, the attack that applies to all the heroes dramatically increases. So in my case now, I have 658 increased attack, but if I take it as a Fire Claymore, you can see that the attack applied is doubled. I have 1218 instead of 658, almost double. See? So I discovered that a relic that applies to that event team, maxed out, and of course not being enhatched, it only gives 2108 increase attack. And once you take a saber, Exultant Saber, to Fire Claymore, the attack boost I get, it's bigger. And in my case, 2475, and I don't yet have it at max. So probably when it reaches level 70, because 70 is the max level for 6 stars, I think I will have around 2550, something like that is my thought. So I prefer to focus myself on a single affinity team and use one event relic, and so I don't have to invest more. I can use race stuff, and if I have free Fire Claymores, I can boost up my attack much more than in a situation where I would have 5 event relics. So in my case, this is a better choice. First of all except the event relic, all the other relics that I'm using are applicable to any fire team. So I can use race stuff and free Fire Claymores to any kind of team that is fire. It doesn't matter if it's god, creature, giant, etc., etc. So in my opinion, this is the best way to use it, because if I choose random, let's say I have any other theme, okay, and I'm using this, and basically selecting any relic that it comes in my hand. It doesn't matter the affinity for it. So I have all of these relics, but if I choose, let's say, this hero, the Pumpkin Queen, she's a special or cursed, meaning that I can only use the relic that applies for it. And if we click the I button here, we can see basically what powers what. So I can see that being the Pumpkin Queen being the first The main card is the one that increases the damage. So we can see the first thing that applies to your team: 300% damage and HP for all fire special heroes. And then relics. I see that the cursed witch broom buffs my heroes, and any other. What the fuck? That's kind of interesting. It may be something new that I can't discover even now. Okay. So in my personal view, the only relic that should apply should be this one. And when I look at this, I can see actually that the damage is applied by all of them. That's strange. Strange and cool at the same time. Maybe I wasn't able to notice this so far. So probably it increases the flat attack, but I cannot get the boosted. How do I say it? The fact that it can give me gems. So basically I think it will not spawn gems, but it will be able to give me something else. So basically if I change this one with this one, I may have an increase. 144, okay. And as a whole team, I can see that all my heroes are buffed by the pumpkin. Here, Fire Claymore, Ray Staff, and Cursed Witch Broom. But as you can see, Havoc, Kopesh, no heroes on this team are buffed by this relic. So I used this one, but it actually doesn't help me. So I will swap it back with the Splash Blaster and see again. So Fire Claymore, Ray Staff, Splash Blaster, Cursed Witch Broom. Okay, now everything applies to them, but I wanna see why is it that I saw that situation when I have only one hero, but it still applies to it. As you can see here, I have the same team, so Havoc, Kopesh, there is no hero on this team that are buffed by these relics. The Cursed Witch Broom buffs the other one. Barricade Breaker buffs this other one. Splash Blaster and Prismatic Sword. So this is the only one that doesn't apply to my heroes, but it seems that every one of this does. Okay, I understand that the Havoc, the Splash Blaster, and the other sword, they are all special, and that's why they can be, but let's try a more obvious combination, and let's use something that normally it should not apply. So I have a Barricade Blaster, and I'm trying to understand why it increases, because it targets all Fable heroes, and I don't think that these are Fable, because I can see their attack, special, and cursed, but I never saw anything about being Fable. So let's try other combination to see if that applies. So we're not going to use, okay, I'm going to use a creature one. I have the Fable one. I'm going to use a giant one. technological, and human. But I don't think it's human, I think it's honored. So, I have 5 relics that are all of different types. So, I can see that the afflicted X does not buff anyone. Neutron Scepter and Barricade Breaker does apply to my team, but Force Cannon and the Bomb does not. So I think being a special team, I think that some of them applies, but some of them no. Anyway, when you're doing your whole relic team setup, this is how you can check that every relic that you have applies to your team. So let's analyze. Okay, let's first unequip all, because I want to keep this spaces free for future situations. And yeah. So I have the Firefly team here, and here I can check what are my stats. So I can see that my power is 22,418, HP it's of 28,092. I can see the fire power, and I can see the RCV. So I have the Fire God Might. I have the 300% damage and HP for all Fire God heroes. I have the Havoc Accomplish is the main relic team that applies to all my gods. I have Ray Staff that buffs also my attack and healing. Fire Claymore, and Exalton Saber that applies to every kind of one. So be sure that when you're doing your relic arrangement, you check these to be sure that every hero that you have in your team gets to be boosted by the relic you want to use. So, in my opinion, it's enough to have one event relic and 3 other relics that specialize on that affinity. This will be the next one that I will take to the affinity of red, and to take it to be a Fire Claymore, in my case, I need Striker's Healed, and this can be obtained from every event. At every event you have, you get 20 shards that will allow you to create one. The other way to obtain them is from the Gear Dungeon, and every Saturday you will be able to buy them from the Gear Dungeon shop, and that's the way you can obtain it. Now you will also need the Primal Blade. The Primal Blade you cannot obtain it from the event, but you can get the shards from doing the normal dungeons. In my case, we have Fire Dungeon now, and we can take it from there. I will show you for every time. Then, what I need more is the Corellium Ignat. This shards, when you defeat for the first time the Wardens from the Forged fight, you will get Corellium enough to have 3 of them. So you will be able to upgrade. The next thing I need is the Serpent Scale. This one can be bought with dust. You can get it from Guild Gift Pack, or you can basically get the shards from Trial Store, or from doing different missions in campaign. Then what I need is the Fire Enchanting Rune. I need those to be able to upgrade my sword to Fire Affinity. The only way to get this is normally from events or gear dungeon or from legend trials. I was able to get some of them from legend trials by defeating, I don't know, I think the water bosses. So I will do this because, as I told earlier, the attack boost increased helps me more. Of course, I lose the fact that having more of the event relics, indeed, I get the intensity generation faster. But as long as that team it's capped, like in my case, for example, I have this team. I really love it. It's my favorite team so far, and I will be using it for a long period. But this team, after I have 350 intensity, no matter how much intensity I will have further on, I will not be able to do more damage than what I can. So my final, let's say, goal would be for this team, for example, to have all fire claymore, 3 of them, so I can replace the splash blaster. I will keep the wicked broom, the cursed witch broom, that will apply to my and ray stuff. So that, in my opinion, that's the best way to show it. Sorry, my Mickey is kind of trying to give me some messages. So, as I said earlier, from forged bosses, by defeating these bosses, you will get the Corellium. From Gear Dungeon, you will be able to buy things that you need to upgrade swords, and if you push the Gear Dungeon store schedule, you can see that every day you have different equipment types. So every Saturday you can get Striker's Hilt, you can get Primal Blade, or anything else that you need. And on Sunday you can buy enchanting stones, Corellium, gold, silver, platinum, everything that you need here for using plugins. So I encourage everyone to do the Gear Dungeon every time you have a key. They generate every 4 hours, I think, and it's good to use them every time. The next one is the Fire Dungeon. Here you will be able to get some of the things you need to upgrade your weapons. From the daily dungeon, honestly, I'm not able to find anything that interests me in special, because this applies only to heroes. So if you get a card and you need to take it to 6-star, you can use the daily dungeon tokens to buy different things that you will need to upgrade that team, or you can use it to buy a catalyst for taking event heroes to other things. And as you can see here, I also have fire trials. Fire trials are being unlocked once you reach rank 100. So from here you can use trial store tokens to buy different things. My main usage for the tokens were to buy potions. This allowed me to max out my hero cards very fast, and if you see, I have 280, and those 280 basically were like 4 days. Actually no, 2 days, because I get 70 every time I do an affinity dungeon, so I get 140 for 1 day. But Sunday and Saturday, I think, you will be able to get 200 per day. So in 30 days you will get a lot of potions if you want to buy, or you can use them to buy different shards that you will be needing to upgrade stuff, or heroes, or so on. Next, let's see, I think I've covered everything that I wanted to say. And furthermore, what can I say? Legend Trials is also a good place to get materials, both for your weapons and anything else. In my opinion, the main focus for Legend Trials is also to be able to get things that will give you the possibility to make weapons specialized for defenders, for GVG in this case. And I already have some of them because I managed to defeat some of the ones. And this team that I have now, the Slayer Fire event, the one from the Halloween deck, to name it like that, allowed me to do that. So look, we have a gear dungeon. Let's play it. Since I got this team, everything become much easier. So I'm going to choose a Fire Affinity. It doesn't matter for me who is it. And I'm starting the battle. I like the Ultra Rare from this deck because it will spam by herself gems that can be used. I need to answer this. So, I can match anything. I don't think I have any preferences. I will be trying to defeat it as fast as possible. My strategy is basically wait the turn where the Ultra Rare spawns the gems, also power gems and normal gems. Let's say heal. Let's generate some because I'm losing my patience. And for the final thing, okay, and I'll activate this other two, match, slash, kill, blah 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 blah, things like that. So, let's see what the goodies are. So, this is what I got. They are good and useful. Gear dungeon coins is what I'm mostly interested, because this Saturday I will most likely buy some Strikers Healed, being 15 free for one. I think I can buy 30 of them, so I will have 1.5. What will came from the event, I will gather the 5 ones that I need in a short time. Well, this is it. I hope that it helped, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Yeah? Goodbye, guys.